Good afternoon all. Last class we started our second chapter. Okay, just we started.
Scale quantities and measurement.
Sorry, what you are telling?
Chapter 2 physical quantities and measurement.
Chapter number, lesson number 2.
Yes. Physical quantities and
Yes, okay, physical quantities and measurement. Then density we studied, its different units, relation between different units.
relationship.
Yes,
SI
also
units.
relationship between temperature and density. Then also how to determine the volume of regular solids. Okay, next topic is vessels for measuring cylinders. Just we studied in 7th grade, isn't it? Vessels for measuring volume. Here also we have to, if we have the vessels to measure the volume, then only we can measure density, isn't it? Density is equal to mass by volume. So first one is measuring cylinder. Just we can go through very fast. You already studied this. Measuring cylinder. Isn't it? Measuring cylinder. All of you can see this. This is measuring cylinder. And can you see the readings? 10, 20,
Yes.
30, 40, 50.
Yes, miss.
Okay. In between 10 and 20. In between 10 and 20, how many lines are there?
10.
10.
10 lines. 10 lines. That means each line means how much volume, how much milliliter.
1.
Yes.
1.
Yes. 11, 12, 13, 14, then 15. You can see a long line, then again 16, 17 like that. Okay. So just if you have to measure 20 ml of water or any other liquid, what you have to do? Just take the milk or water in a container and you can pour till 20. Okay. Wherever the reading 20 is there, till there you can pour. Okay. If you need only 10 ml out of it, what you can do? Just you can pour out 10 ml, then pour that. Then one more thing, whenever you are taking reading, you have to keep this reading and your lines will be along the same line. Okay, whenever you are taking the reading using a measuring cylinder, the reading and your eyes will be along the same line. Don't keep it down or don't keep it up. Okay, so you have to measure the reading. If you have to measure the volume of any liquid, you can take it in this measuring cylinder and the reading and your eyes will be along the same line. Okay, straightly you have to. And one more thing, when you are taking water or anything in this, now just I am pouring water into it. Can you see the water in this water surface? Can you see? Top surface of water. How it is? The shape of water in this measuring cylinder is like this, isn't it? Is it a straight line? No. It's like a curve,
No.
isn't it?
No.
So,
No. No.
no for which? It's not a straight line. For that?
Yes.
Okay. So, here if you are taking water or any other liquid in this measuring cylinder, you can see the shape of surface will be like this. And where you have to note the reading, suppose this will be 20, this will be 19. So, which reading you have to take?
20.
No, not 20. This lower part touches which line? This you have to. Okay. Listen. Listen. Where this lower part of surface touches, that reading you have to take. So tell me, which is the volume of this water? Tell me the volume. 19. Okay.
19.
Yes. If you are taking the bottom surface, it will be what? 19. And this we are calling meniscus. Okay. This we are calling meniscus. That means the top surface. Okay, meniscus of water, meniscus of mercury, like that. Okay, MENIS, maybe in chemistry you studied or later you will study. Okay, meniscus. Here we are not going to that much details, only you have to know this is measuring cylinder, this is a vessel used for measuring volume. Okay, simply how much volume, if you need any liquid, that much you can take. So suppose if you need 40 ml of milk, what you have to do? You have to pour milk into this measuring cylinder till 40. Lower meniscus should touch 40. Okay, so it's very easy. All of you clear with that? Okay, already you saw this in 7th grade. Then second one is measuring beaker. Measuring beaker. So, measuring beaker maybe you already saw when I am pouring water into it. This is measuring beaker. Okay. So, can you see this big number? How much ml is this one?
150 ml.
Yes, 150 ml. If
150.
yes, correct. If I am taking this beaker full of water, volume of water means 150 ml. Okay. If I need only 25, 50, here readings are there. Can you see 25, 50, 75, 100, 125? Then if I am taking full of beaker, it will be 150 ml of water. Clear? Measuring beaker. Okay, all these will be in chemistry lab. If you are taking science for higher studies after 10, you can use. Okay, chemistry lab, not in physics lab. So measuring beaker. Then like as we studied in 7th grade, here all diagrams only you have to study. No need of explanation. Okay, diagrams you should know. Explanation, no need. Measuring beaker is made up of glass. Like that explanation, no need to by heart. Okay, one more thing is there, Eureka can. That you didn't study in 7th grade. But actually I also don't have to demonstrate it. Eureka can. That is also a vessel for measuring volume. It will be like this. Here there will be an opening that is called spout. S-P-O-U-T. Okay. Here this is also a vessel for measuring volume of liquids. Its name is Eureka can. And here what is that? In Eureka can there will be a small opening. Okay. Not just at the bottom or top surface, in between. Okay. So this is called a spout. Here what all things? If you need only 100 ml. Suppose this Eureka can of capacity 100 ml. If you need 100 ml of water, if you are pouring water into it, and what will happen? After reaching this point, the extra water or extra liquid will drain out. Okay, clear? So Eureka can also diagram only you have to. Eureka can is a vessel for measuring volume of liquid. Any liquid. There also beaker I told you 150 ml. There will be 500 ml beaker and also beaker of capacity 1000 ml like that. So here if you are taking liquid in Eureka can, what will be the capacity of that Eureka can? After that again if you are pouring, what will happen? We know that through the small opening it will drain out. So we will get exact amount of volume of liquid. Okay, so if you need only 500 ml, we will get correct 500 ml of water or any other liquid. So these three are the measuring vessels. Vessels for measuring volume. Clear? We already studied, so because of that I am going very fast. Next topic is determination of density of an irregular solid. That also I demonstrated in 7th grade. Do you remember that? Determination.
Yes.
Using a stone, all that. Determination
Putting inside.
Yes. Density of an irregular means not in a particular shape. So this is our stone. Is the stone has a particular shape?
No. No.
No. It doesn't have a particular, we can't tell that it's circular in shape or it is rectangular like that. So that means what? It's an example for irregular solid. So next, just I am tying it with a thread. What I have to calculate? Its density. Okay, density equation all of you know. Density is equal to? Yes, mass upon volume.
Mass by volume.
Yes, mass we can measure by beam balance only, okay. Mass we can measure by beam balance. Volume, now we are measuring how to. Already we took water in this measuring cylinder. And what is the volume of water?
19.
90. We will not add any water or we will not take out. So, just as we told, volume. That I am writing as initial volume. Initial means in the beginning. Okay, initial volume, just I am giving V1 is equal to how much? 90 milliliter. Okay, next what I am doing, just I am dipping this stone in this measuring cylinder. Is there any change in the level of water?
Yes.
Is it rising or is
Yes.
it?
Yeah, racing.
Water level is rising. Water level is rising.
Now
Rising.
what is the volume of water?
20 ml. 20 ml.
20 ml.
20 ml.
Okay. For me it is 21.
Me also 21.
Why there is different answers for that? Okay, it's correctly. So when I am keeping straightly, so it's 21. Okay. So all of you have no doubting that there is a increase in the level of water. Okay. So here I am writing as final volume. Final volume means after dipping. V2 that is equal to 21. Okay. So how I will get the volume of that irregular solid or stone?
We have to subtract final volume
Yes.
and initial
Volume of stone is equal to V2 minus V1. 21 minus 90.
minus 19.
That is 2 ml. Okay. Maybe you have a doubt that for volume you study different units centimeter cube, meter cube. 1 milliliter is equal to 1 centimeter cube. 7th grade we studied. For doing numericals, this grade also we should know. 1 milliliter is equal to 1 centimeter cube. So here also you can write what? Volume of this stone. Which stone I took? That stone's volume will be 2 centimeter cube. Okay, this method has another name, displacement method. Because water is displaced, isn't it? Water level increases means water is displaced, raised. Displacement method. Okay, these all experiments are no need to by heart. Just read it only. 7th grade also I told, okay. Just you have to know. Actually using this we have to do the numerical. Problem will be there, the mass of a stone or any object will be 20 gram. If we are immersing that object in water, its level increases from 10 to 20. Find its density. So mass you can directly substitute volume, you have to calculate using this. 10 to 20 means 20 minus 10, 10. Then substitute in this equation and find out the answer. Clear? Experiments all that method. You have to, you no need to by heart. Just read it only, but numericals we have to do. Clear? Okay, that is determination of density of an irregular solid. Next, determination of density of liquid, that we can see a video. Determination of density of liquid.
Here's how you measure the density of a liquid. To do this, you need two things: the mass of the liquid and the volume of the liquid. But you can't put a liquid on a scale. We have to use an extra step. First, find the mass of the empty beaker, 50.0 grams. When you pour in the liquid, the reading on the scale will increase. This is the mass of the beaker and the liquid. To find the mass of just the liquid, you have to subtract. So the mass of the empty beaker was 50.0 grams. The mass of the beaker and the liquid together had a mass of 99.9 grams. Do the subtraction, and the mass of just the water is 49.9 grams. Now we need a volume. First, determine the scale. To go up 40 to 60, there are two lines. Each line is worth 10. The meniscus is reading at 50 milliliters. Density is mass divided by volume. The mass is 49.9 grams, and the volume is 50 milliliters. That works out to 0.998 grams per milliliter, which we can round to approximately 1.0 grams per milliliter. Here's one you can try. You can work out the density of acetone. Here's the mass of the empty graduated cylinder. We add the acetone and get the new mass. Don't forget to subtract. Final step is to get the volume. First, determine the scale. To go up 20 to 25, there are 10 lines, so each line is worth 0.5. Read from the lowest point of the meniscus, right at 20 milliliters.
This is a density bottle. It holds exactly 25 mils of liquid. If you fill it up to here and put the stopper in, the liquid comes out and you can wipe it off with tissue.
The mass of the empty bottle is 18 grams. The mass of the bottle and the Coke is 44.9 grams. That means the mass of the Coke itself is 26.9 grams. To find the density, we divide the mass by the volume. The density of the Coke is 1.076 grams per cubic centimeter.
So this is density bottle. Okay, so here can you see the reading? So this will be the volume or capacity of how much? Yes, 100 ml. If you are taking water or any, yes, correct. If you are taking water or any other liquid full of this bottle, that means 100 ml of water or 100 ml of milk or any other liquid. Okay. Can you see this This is called stopper. Okay. So suppose by mistake if you are pouring excess water or any other liquid into it, and if you are closing it, what will happen? The excess water will drain out. That means we will get the correct amount. Okay. So density bottle. This is also a measure. What is that? Measuring vessel for volume or vessel for measuring volume. Okay. So here also we have to study what? No, this will be only a particular amount like that only. Okay. No, no, no. So here if it is 100 ml, it will be like that. Okay. It will not be 50. If you need 200 like that, just if you can take it twice. Otherwise for smaller volumes you have measuring cylinder. For bigger volumes you have what? Beakers, all that. Okay. Density bottle, most of the time it will be fixed. Okay. So next topic also you just watch the video, that is determination of density of liquid using a density bottle. So density is equal to mass by volume. Mass we can measure by beam balance, isn't it? Just take an empty beaker, measure its mass, then pour water into it, again measure the mass, subtracting you will get the mass of water. Then next what you have to do in density bottle, if you need 100 ml, what you have to just fill it fully, then you will get 100 ml of water. Then mass by volume. Mass you already got, divided by 100 ml, that is density of liquid. Okay, I think you just got an idea of how to measure the volume, how to measure the density. Okay. 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 Next, till now we studied in 7th grade. Now only we are going to new topic. Okay, that the new topic you are studying in this grade, relative density. Till now we studied all the topics except density bottle and Eureka can. All the topics we studied in 7th grade. This is a new topic for you and important also. 9th grade also you have a continuation of this chapter. There also you have to study the numericals of relative density. Relative density. What is the meaning of relative? Already we are using in normal life. Relatives means what? No. See, relative to one another means what? Comparing, isn't it? If you are yes, what about the mass of this chalk and book? The mass of this chalk relative to the book is less. Isn't it? Can we say that? Mass of this chalk piece is less relative to the book. Okay. So like that, what will be relative density? Density of an object. Density of a substance we have to compare with other substance, but here the other substance is water. Always it is fixed because we studied anomalous expansion, isn't it? Anomalous expansion we studied, and maximum value of density of water is at how much temperature? 4 degrees Celsius. What is the value of density of water? Value of density of water at 4 degrees Celsius. 1 gram per centimeter cube or 1000 kilogram per meter cube. Very, very important. Don't forget. Okay. So, what we have to do? Density of relative density means density of the object we are comparing with density of water. Clear? Relative means comparing with. So what will be? Here we have to study one equation only. If there is question, define relative density also, you can write that equation, because definition also in the same way. Relative density is the ratio of. like that, okay? So very, very important. Sometimes we are using the short form capital RD. So in the question paper, all that, if you saw this RD means you have to know its relative density, okay? Relative density, one equation I told you, we are comparing the densities of two substances. Density of substance, any substance, it may be solid or a liquid, upon density of water. Okay, now itself you can study. Very important, and it's easy also. Okay, so if there is question, define relative density. Relative density is the ratio of density of substance to the density of water. Otherwise, you can simply write relative density is equal to density of substance by density of water. No need of more discussion. All of you know density of substance, mass upon volume. Then all of you know density of water also. Okay, so in the numerical, sometimes it will be given density of water. Otherwise, you should know the standard value. Okay, 1 gram per centimeter cube or 1000 kilogram per meter cube. Only the density of substance will be given. Find the relative density. Density of iron is 7.8 gram per centimeter cube. Find the relative density of iron. So you should know density of water. Sometimes it will be given in the question. Density of water is equal to 1 gram per centimeter cube. So if it is given or not given, you should know. Clear? Any doubt? No. Okay. Then one more equation is there. One more equation for relative density. So for numericals, for doing that, you should know that also. Already you studied the definition of density. Mass by volume we studied. Other than that, last class I taught you one more definition. Density is the, like that. Do you remember? Density is equal to mass by volume we studied. Density is defined as, yes, correct. Okay, density, unit volume, not unit of, okay. Density is the mass of unit volume of object. All of you remember that? Density is the, so I am writing in the terms of that. Density of substance I am writing how? Density of substance is the mass of unit volume means, if it is in centimeter cube, how much will be? Okay, unit, 1. Unit means 1. Okay. Yes, 1 centimeter cube of substance. Density is defined as the mass of unit volume of substance. Okay. Then just I am writing mass of unit volume means 1 centimeter. Here also I can write the same way, isn't it? Denominator also mass of unit volume means 1 centimeter cube of water. Is there any doubt? No. Okay. Then mass of 1 centimeter cube. Instead of 1, just I am writing generally capital V. Is there any problem? Mass of V centimeter cube of substance. Instead of 1, generally I am writing as V. So here also I have to change, isn't it? Mass of V centimeter cube of water. Simply instead of 1 I am taking general case. That means volume is represented by V. V centimeter cube of substance by V centimeter cube of water. This V may be any value, isn't it? It may be 3 centimeter cubes, but here also you have to take 3 centimeter cube of water. Then only it will be correct. V may be 100 centimeter cube of substance by mass of 100 centimeter cube of water. Isn't it? Is there any doubt? V may be any value. V. No doubt. That is the meaning of no, isn't it? Okay, so from relative density is equal to density of substance by density of water. Till here, okay. Then, just we are we have to get one more equation for relative density, because if some quantities are not given, we have to do numericals. Okay, so we have one more equation for relative density that we are deriving. Deriving means what? Through the steps we have to get. In maths, all that derivation, that word you heard. Okay, through the steps. We studied the definition for density. Density is the mass of unit volume of substance. If I am taking 1 centimeter cube of iron, what will be the mass of that? That will be the density of iron. Okay, if I am taking 1 centimeter cube of mercury, what will be the mass of that? That will be the density of mercury. Okay, so in terms of that I am writing density is the mass of unit means 1 centimeter cube of substance. Denominator also I am changing into mass. Mass of 1 centimeter cube of water. Clear? Okay, this one, here I wrote 1. This 1 generally I am writing. Generally means what? We are applying to more cases, isn't it? Always it will not be 1 centimeter cube. Sometimes it may be 50 or 100 or 150 or 20, like that it will change. So generally we have to, for all equations we have to apply in generally. Then only we can call it as an equation. If we can apply only a single case, we cannot call it as an equation. Okay, for all the cases it will be true. It will be correct. So 1 I am writing as generally V. Mass of V centimeter cube of substance by mass of V centimeter cube of water. Again I am telling this V may be different. Okay, if I have to take 75 ml, so 75 centimeter cube will be, isn't it? But water also I have to take in the same amount. If I have to calculate the relative density of milk, that means substance means milk, what I have to do? Mass of, suppose in a beaker, take 75 ml of milk. Be balance, place it and measure its mass. Same beaker, take 75 ml of water and measure its mass. Clear? So this V is generally, so next step I am writing what? Mass of any volume. Any volume means it will be different values. Okay, it will have different values. Mass of any volume of substance. I can take any volume of substance. It will be 100 or 120 or 125 any. But what I have to do? Mass of equal volume. If I took 120 centimeter cube of substance, 120 centimeter cube of water I have to. Clear? Yes. Okay. If you have any doubt, ask it, because it's important for doing numerical. Sorry, water. So this equation also, all of you take your physics notebook and write these two equations. Just give relative density heading, otherwise just write relative density is equal to density of substance by density of water. This derivation you don't have to study. Listen, this derivation, these steps you don't have to study, only the last equation. So I am going to rub this. If you have any doubt, do you have any doubt? Take your physics notebook and write these two equations. Direct question also will be there. More than that, numericals will be there. Relative density is equal to density of substance by density of water. Another question, mass of any volume of substance by mass of equal volume of water. Suppose in the numerical only volume, mass will be given. Mass of water is 20 gram. Mass of milk is 30 gram, like that. Okay. So you have to use this equation. Using density, you can't find out relative density. Clear? When we are doing the numericals, you will be clear. So steps all that you don't have to bother, you don't have to study about that. So only you have to study two equations. Clear? All of you wrote in your notebook? Okay. Then, okay. So, we know that whenever we are studying a physical quantity in physics, what we have to, next step is to study its, after studying the definition, unit, isn't it? Next we have to, first we will study equation or definition. Sometimes both of them will be same. After that we have to study unit. What about the unit of relative density? We can find out from the equation itself. Density of substance, what is the unit? 2 units are there. Anyone tell? Yes, gram per centimeter cube. Okay, or kilogram per meter cube. Density of water, what will be the unit? Yes. So both of them will cancel, isn't it? Both of them will cancel. Okay, so relative density has no unit. Okay, very important. Some of them will write after doing the numericals, all that. Maybe you got the correct answer, then you will write gram per centimeter cube. Then you will lose mark. Clear? So that also write in your notebook. Relative density has no unit. Okay. And how that all? Just understand and study. Otherwise you will forget. Okay. If you are simply by hearting relative density has no unit, then you will forget. Instead of that, if you are just doing in this way, and if you understood how we got, then it will be thorough. Okay. Then here relative density has no unit. Then higher grades you will study normally ratios. Ratios will not have unit. Okay. This is also a ratio, isn't it? Ratios will not have a unit. You will get only a number. Okay. So suppose if you are calculating relative, you will get only 25 or 28 like that. Don't write unit there. Clear? Only a simple sentence, but it's very important. Okay. Then next is measurement of relative density of a liquid. Till now we studied measurement of. Are you asking any doubt? Measurement of relative density of a liquid. Okay. So don't have confusion. Till now we studied measurement of density. Okay, measurement of volume, measurement of density. Next is measurement of relative density. Okay, relative density means it will be very clear. There will be 2 liquids, 2 substances, isn't it? If it is a liquid, one liquid will be there, another one which will be, yes, water. Relative density means we have to compare the density of this liquid with water. Okay, so one liquid will be there, one water is there. First we have to take an empty beaker. Beaker, all of you know, just make it a dry, all that. Then just take a beaker, measuring beaker. Okay, that you have to place on a beam balance and measure its mass. Okay, let it be M1. Just I am writing the steps. Okay, mass of empty beaker. Beaker means measuring beaker. Okay. Nothing is there. You have to ensure that nothing is there. Make it dry and place on a beam balance and measure it. And we got M1 may be any value. We got 20 gram or like that we got. We don't have to bother about values. Okay. Next I am pouring the liquid. Suppose if you are measuring relative density of milk. Just as an example, I took milk, okay. Then next what I have to do? Just pour the milk into this measuring cylinder. Pour the milk into this measuring beaker. Okay. So if you want only 100 milliliter of milk, what you have to do? In the measuring beaker you have readings, isn't it? So you have to just look at, so you have to stop pouring milk into it at 100 ml. Clear? If you need 100 ml of milk, what you have to do? Just pour milk into the measuring beaker till 100 ml. Then I am measuring its mass. In this beaker I am taking this milk, isn't it? So mass of beaker plus milk. Clear? Only I had done pouring the milk to this beaker 200 ml and measure its mass. Let it be M2. Okay. If I have to get the mass of milk, what I have to do? Say mass of milk. Ah yes, from which? Yes. Yes, correct. Okay, all are responding, it's very good. Okay, M2 minus M1, mass of beaker plus milk minus empty beaker. Okay, M2 minus M1, now keep it there. Okay, again you can pour the milk into another one because we need the same beaker. Okay, after that just you can pour the milk into any other vessel or any other thing. Then again wash it, and after making it dry, what you have to do? Pour water into it. Yes, and then next what you have to ensure? Take the same volume. Okay, 100 ml of milk if you took, 100 ml of water also you have to. Again measure the mass. Mass of beaker with water, isn't it? Mass of beaker plus water. M1 also we have given, M2 also, so let it be M3. Mass of beaker plus water. Okay. Then next from this what we will get? Mass of water. Can you say how we will get mass of water? Yes. M3 minus M1. Here this is mass of beaker plus water minus mass of empty beaker. Okay. So these we got here mass of milk, mass of water. Both we took 100 ml because same beaker, same level. So can we calculate relative density? Relative density equation. Here I am not writing again because I don't. Relative density is the mass of any volume of liquid upon mass of equal volume of water. Here both milk and okay, correct. Here both milk and water we took 100 ml. So directly I can substitute. Okay, so this will be in the numerator. Mass of the substance upon mass of water. M2 minus M1 divided by M3 minus M1. Okay, maybe in your textbook M1, M2, M3 may be interchanged. So when you are writing for exam also, no, there is no rule that this you have to take M1. This you can take M2, M3, any problem, but throughout the equation you have to follow. Otherwise there will be mistakes. Okay. So you can take mass of water as M2, mass of water milk as M3. Okay. So no problem, but throughout the steps in this equation also you have to follow the same one. And this also, these steps all that you don't have to study. Only this equation based upon this numericals will be there. Okay, no need to study that separately because already we studied. Numericals will be there. Okay, numericals will be there. It will be given mass of when this milk is poured, mass will be this much. When water is taking in a beaker, mass is this much. Okay, so mass of empty beaker also will be given, but you should know this equation. Okay, so that also write in your notebook. Just give the heading measurement of relative density of liquid. Measurement of relative density of liquid. Okay. Now write this equation. Under the heading write relative density is equal to M2 minus M1 upon M3 minus M1. M2 minus M1 divided by M3 minus M1. And some more thing also you have to this also, otherwise there will be confusion. Where M1 is the mass of empty beaker, otherwise you can directly write like this. Mass of empty beaker is M1. Without knowing M1, M2 and M3, if you are simply by hearting, no use, okay. Then M2 is the mass of beaker with milk. M3 is the mass of beaker with water. Okay. Clear? Sorry, ask it again. Okay. See, just give the heading measurement of relative density of liquid. Then write the equation relative density is equal to M2 minus M1 divided by M3 minus M1. Under the equation, we have to specify the terms. Otherwise, if you are by hearting, no use. So, where M1 is the mass of empty beaker. You can write like this. Mass of empty beaker is M1. Mass of beaker with milk or beaker plus milk is M2. Mass of beaker plus water is M3. Clear? So, these all things will be given in the numerical. You have to substitute in the equation. So, this equation you should study with the terms also. Okay. One more thing in relative density. Now, okay, all of you wrote? Yes. Okay. One more thing in relative density. It's very simple. What is the equation for relative density in terms of density? Not in terms of mass. Yes, correct. Yes, density of substance upon density of water. I already told you the density of water is constant, isn't it? The density of water is constant and its value also we know 1 gram per centimeter cube or 1000 kilogram per meter cube. Just I am writing that value. Density of substance. Numerator I am writing in the same way, no change. But density of water I am giving the value. No problem, no doubt. Relative density is equal to density of substance upon 1 gram per centimeter cube. Suppose if there is a numerical. The density of iron is given 7.8 gram per, relative density is given. Suppose the relative density of any substance will be given. Calculate the density of substance. What you have to do? Once again I will tell, relative density of a substance is given. It is given in the numerical. This value also you know, because it's a constant value you should study. Calculate density of substance. What you have to do? 1 gram per centimeter cube, isn't it? That means what? The same number. If I am writing relative density, 28, it's given in the numerical. Okay, suppose the relative density of an object is 28. Calculate the density of object means what? We have to multiply 28 into 1 gram per centimeter cube, isn't it? 28 into 1 means what? 28 itself, isn't it? Okay, so what you have to do? Simply you have to write the same number itself with unit gram per centimeter cube. Listen, if relative density of a substance is given, calculate the density of substance. After doing the numericals, it will be more clear. What you have to do, simply you have to write relative density means a number. It has no unit. Then gram per centimeter cube. Clear? If it is 1000 kilogram per meter cube, what will be? Here itself I am writing. 28. Yes, correct. 28 into 1000 kilogram per meter cube. Okay, so we have to do the numericals. So at that time it will be more clear. Relative, so that also write in your notebook. Relative density of a substance is equal to relative density of a substance is equal to, you can choose short form RD. Relative density of a substance is equal to, okay, equal to density of the substance in gram per centimeter cube. Density of the substance in gram per centimeter cube. Okay. Just in the next line write this equal to, you have put just below that again equal to. Left hand side is relative density of substance. So no need to write. Relative density of substance equal to density of substance in gram per centimeter cube you wrote. Next line under the equal to again put one more equal to and write density of substance. Density of substance in which unit will be density of substance in kilogram per meter cube. Density of substance in kilogram per meter cube. What to do? Equal to density of the relative density into 1000. Density of the substance in kilogram per meter. Write in the next line. Density of substance in kilogram per meter cube is equal to relative density into 1000. That much only, kilogram per meter cube. That's clear. So 2 points clear. Density of the substance in gram per centimeter cube is equal to relative density. Density of the substance in kilogram per meter cube is equal to relative density into 1000. Okay. Do you have any confusion? No. Okay. So just be completed. Only one more topic in this. I think after that, principle of flotation that you have to study in 9th grade. Applications of principle of flotation. So at that time we can study. Numericals also we have to do this year. Okay. So only one more topic. What? No need. Principle of flotation and applications of principle of flotation. 9th grade again you have continuation of this chapter. So at that time I will take, at that time only you have to study. This year no need to study. Only one more small topic is there in this chapter, that is variation of density with states, change of states. Solid, liquid and gas. That's a small topic. Anyway I will take in next class. Then numericals also. Okay, so what all things we studied today? We studied so many, but you don't have to all that. Yes, measuring vessels for volume. Again I am telling, only you have to study the diagrams. Explanation all that no need. Then measurement of density of irregular solid. Only read. No need to study. Measurement of density of liquid. That you already watched the video, that only. Numericals will be there. Then method, experiments, all that no need to study. Measurement of relative density. That also you don't. Only you have to study what? Relative density, 2 equations. Important. Then relative density has no unit. Okay. Then here What is that? Relative density is the density of substance in gram per centimeter cube, or relative density into 1000 is the density of substance in kilogram per meter cube. Okay, if you have any confusion, ask it. If you have any doubt. Okay, so tomorrow onwards your first term exams are starting, isn't it? Tomorrow onwards your first term exams are starting, isn't it? So all the best. All of you study well, and our exam